Yo, what's good guys? Hope you're doing well. Posting a really quick video today because I'm going on vacation, so I'm hoping this video comes out before I'm out on vacation, but if it doesn't, then sorry for the wait. Last video did pretty well. I'm currently editing my template tutorial and I thought I might as well make a video right now. I was cooking up this melody and I found a really easy way to make very ambient melodies and I thought I'd share it with you guys. I came up with this melody with only 5 sounds and as you can tell by the preview, it's very, very melodic and ambient. I'm gonna break down each step and we'll keep this under 5 minutes, so let's get into it. So as you can tell, I'm not capping. This is what it looks like. Just these 5 layers here. So let's start with the first one. What you want to start with is a very basic piano sound. So for my piano, I chose this Glass Bowls preset in Arturia's piano plugin. Let me turn off all my effects just so you guys can understand what's going on here. And we will just play the piano first. So the easiest way to come up with a melody like this is, let me create a new pattern here, is you want to just start by building a scale out. So let me just play some notes. And I have automatic note detection on just to help with building melodies. And you guys can do that by going to this little triangle, view, scale highlighting, and making sure automatic is enabled. So all these notes are in a scale. It says at the top left, it's
A minor.
And what we want to do is just basically stretch these notes out to like a bar and then kind of mess around with the way they're playing. So we can do something like this. Something as simple as that. Or we can even like change it up. So that's what we want to start with, and we know we're in the A minor scale, so everything in these white notes is what we want to stay in. All I'm really doing is taking this note and the top note and then shifting them around a little bit. So instead of being A, we'll shift them down a little bit because I want it to sound a little sadder. So let's try this. Shift these notes back. And then we can copy these over. And the easiest way to do this is just find something that stays in the scale and kind of repeat some of these notes. So I'm just going to do this and see how this sounds. Perfect. So we want to do this 2 more times, so we have a 4-bar pattern, and we just want to make sure it flows and is very simple. Once you come up with your piano pattern, what you want to do is you want to add like 2 plugins. The main 2 plugins are halftime and a reverb. So with halftime, I basically left it at the default settings here, and then same with Valhalla. I change it to just some random preset, mess around with the dials, just to give it that richness, and this is what it sounds like. Very, very lo-fi sounding. Now we're on to step 2, which is finding some sort of choir. So in Expand, I found a plugin preset called Fatboy 2. This is what it sounds like with no effects. All I did was I copied the notes from the previous piano, pasted them in, and then I added some effects to this. So again, the 2 effects that I added are halftime and reverb. So with those on, this is what it sounds like. Boom, just like that, step 2 is done. And together we have something that sounds really ambient already. The key to making these ambient samples is really adding a lot of reverb and making sure that there's no high-pitched sounds, and that's what really gives it that ambient sound. Alright, step 3, we want some sort of balance, a little bit of melody in there, something that kind of changes it up from that very slow-paced little roll that we have going on, and that's where Analog Labs comes in. I basically just found some notes that were in the scale and hit the notes that I'm playing in the background, and all I did was I just placed them at random and kind of found what sounded best. So again, with no effects, this is what it sounds like. And the only thing I'm really changing up from this pattern here is I'm just changing these root notes to match what's going on in the background. And that's where ghost channels comes in clutch. If you want to enable ghost channels, go up to this little triangle again, view, and make sure you have ghost channels enabled. If you want, you can also enable editable ghost channels that lets you move around the notes in the background, but I never really use that. And for this melody bounce, I really want to make sure there's no high end, so I added a couple of plugins here. I added Halftime, Portal, Fruity Convolver, and Valhalla. So with Halftime, I left it to the default settings. I changed it to a quarter bar instead for the loop. For Portal, I just found like the random preset, messed around with this a little bit, kind of saw what sounded good. Let me play these two together. Gives it a little bounce. And then Fruity Convolver, I don't actually know how this works. I've been messing around with it recently, but I just went through some presets, found what sounded good, and this is what it sounds like with Fruity Convolver. It's kind of like a reverb. So what I did was I wanted it to have more reverb, so I added another Valhalla reverb on there. And that's how I got that kind of background bounce to just, you know what the BPM is and you can kind of bob your head to it. Okay, now for step 4, I added in the sub bass. Serum is absolutely goated for sub basses if you have the right pack. So I found this Bass Demons preset, and let me play it in a few keys higher. All I'm doing here is I'm just following the notes in the background, making sure I hit some of these root notes, so the F sharp, A sharp, F, C sharp, and this is what it sounds like pretty much on its own. No effects on that. So the last step, step 5, what I added was a choir. So step 5, the final step, I found a choir preset in Expand called Hallelujah. All I did was I took the sub bass notes, copied them into this because I wanted something that kind of complemented that really low end with something that was higher pitched, but I didn't want it too high pitched. So I added this in with no effects. This is what it sounds like. As you can tell, that's very, very sharp. So again, I added some halftime, I added in the Fruity Convolver, and I also added in some reverb. So with the effects, this is what it sounds like. So all in all, this is what it sounds like. I hope you guys like this video. I tried to keep it quick and I'm hoping to get this edited and put out before vacation. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Been getting a ton of views recently, which has been great. It's awesome to see the turnaround after posting for like 2 years now. So I appreciate the watch. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit the like button. I'll post more once I'm back. If you want to see any specific type of tutorials, let me know. All right, I'm PJ. I'm out. Peace.